Hello and welcome. This is an announcement video, but also me giving you numbers and kind of explaining what's going on. So, I am stopping all but one one project on this channel. It's going to sound very similar to my secret project because it's basically the exact same thing, just, changing what the goal was. Um, I thought this was the best time to do it. Um, I already have 2 episodes of season 2 of the Avatar series, The Dive of It, already recorded. But I thought instead of waiting to do it or putting those videos out and then it's just like, okay, we don't know when the next part of it is going to be recorded or even read in the first place and the dive continued, I might as well hold on to those videos. The Goodreads video, there is only one more to post. I still have to edit it, so that one should come out. The Supplicant Inn for the Alchemized Goodreads video, that one's not going to come for a while. That one has been put on the shelf. Um, it's going to be very similar to my secret project. I hope to update you on it once a week. Hopefully, potentially Monday, and I know this is coming out hopefully on Saturday, February 7th, 2026, the time that I am recording this video. But we'll see what happens. This is what I'm calling the challenge. Last time it was called my secret project, but the secret's kind of out now. The challenge is simply I am going to give myself 114 days to do 2 drafts of my story. Now I'm going to back up a little bit. My secret project, if you need a refresher on it, is I give myself 114 days to write 100,000 words to complete a fantasy story that I realized was book 1 in a series. But I gave myself 114 days, specifically because it was September 8th, 2025. I have it right up there. And it was from September 8th, 2025 to December 31st at 11:59 p.m. That was a goal. And that was 114 days until the new year. So 114 days seems like it is very significant. Now you can go watch that playlist and see how things went. We had ups and we had downs. It was a wild ride. And so I'm not going to spoil that, but I will say I did meet the goal. The challenge was, my secret project was completed. I have talked a little bit of the downtime also between these 2 challenges. At that time, I didn't know that I was going to do the same challenge. But I wanted to give myself 2 weeks to a month of not working on the story. Someone should have told my brain that, because my brain didn't want to do that. So I was working on it in the background, trying to fix plot holes and figure out the magic system. And I already did a video on this, so I won't talk much about it. I'm going to print off my story and read it physically because I don't like reading e-copies of things. I don't. If you love to read e-copies, I love that for you. I prefer to have it with me physically. The glare of the screen it gets to my eyes, and I have that, so it's like I don't necessarily love it, right? So I'm going to show you the printed off, edited light copy of my story, The Pontifex. Posted every day on TikTok and Instagram. Me going through this and doing light edits. Mostly it was writing down how many times people spoke, so I can also, 1, see the numbers, 2, who was a bigger, who played a heavy dialogue role here, who was actually speaking, what character should I prioritize first, and making sure they're good, and can I like combine characters? What can I do with them? You know, like basically that was the idea of Edit Lights. I have not read Akaton book 2 in a bit. Listen, I don't like it. I really don't like that book. So after I finished Burial Bones Midnight Soil, the last book that I have read, and I made sure to finish it today because I knew I was going to do this project, so I was like, okay, here we are, is Because Miss Bridgerton. I was gonna do like a video for that, but that has been shelved, so you have to wait to see that. But I have halted, I have finished all the books, all this kind of stuff. The numbers that I'm going to share with you for book 2 that I have written, that was kind of like an exploration of characters. The challenge is simple. Can I finish draft 2 of the Pontifex and complete draft 1 of book 2, The Unknowns, before June 1st, 2026? If you count, that's 114 days. I don't know why the universe, I keep on thinking about it and deciding to do this exactly 114 days before I do a target. But it seems 114 days is just what the cards say the universe wants me to do. Why June? Well, this is my first year out of university. And so I think that it is very beautiful if I can simply have draft 2 done and also have draft 1 of The Unknowns book 2 also done. And so the challenge is to do both of them. And of course, I am shooting for 100,000 words for draft 1. So I think that's a good challenge, you know. Now, when it comes to draft 2, how I am doing it is I have put in a divider in multiple places. In some of them, it's simply that I know I need a different scene here, and so I wrote on a piece of paper, like, write this scene here, and it's like jotting it down, like, what should be there. And there are 5 more scenes that should happen with. It might be more because I'm trying to like figure out if something should be in book 2 or in book 1. Fun fact, when I was writing The Unknowns, it started off as this this character, he's in school, and he's writing this essay, and so I was like, you know what, it would be fun if I just wrote his essay. Yeah, so I was just like writing it, and I thought it would be fun because I get to learn more about the world and this character. I'm hearing his arguments, and I'm like, okay, interesting. And so I just started thinking like the topic he's writing about, not just what he's gonna write down, but I was just thinking, okay. And I made a law in it, and I was like, okay, this probably won't affect me. I need to know if other fantasy writers have experiences before in which I made the law. And I had to change 4 character names because they violate the law. Like, if you read it, you would know. You would know why I had to do that. And I knew when I did that, I was like, oh, okay, I'm actually going to have to enforce 2 character changes in it. Like a no name, all this kind of stuff. And then I went, Cheyenne. It's not 2, it's 4. I actually skilled myself in this edit because I was like, who is this? Like, this is alarming. What? And like, it did take me a little bit to realize who that was. I was like, that was horrible. Not really. There are always some aspects that I wonder if this is horror. I don't know. Like, I'm not really good at describing genres. I'm not like how I know this, especially with the story graph, is because they're like, well, this is categorized as horror. Um, I used to not think this is a real fact. It was not until my probably halfway through my first year of university that I realized that Resident Evil was horror. I just thought it was zombies. I didn't think vampires were either. Like paranormal, I just thought, well, that's just paranormal. Like that, when I say like sometimes it's difficult for me to like actually comprehend that horror takes on multiple different shapes. Because I'm very much used to the jump scale that is I um so in my life loves what I didn't label it this, but I do still call it Christian horror. And so this, before you're like Christian horror, this is like the Pope, this is exorcism, this is dolls, like Chucky. Like if it wasn't that, my brain just went, well, it's not horror. Like if it didn't have like so many jump scares in it, my brain didn't think horror. So I'm not saying this is horror, but I'm also saying, as the author at this moment, I can't say it's not horror because I'm bad at giving genres. I had to be reminded that Attack on Titan is classified as horror, and I went, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Like, I'm not even joking. I kind of wish I was a little bit, but I'm not. Um, Obviously, there could be a little bit of sci-fi in there, but not really, because technically this does take place on a completely different planet. These are not humans or humans, asterisks. Um, so they have lavender skin. Um, their hair colors and eye colors are so wild because I'm like, wait, I'm the author, and they're aliens. They can have whatever hair color I want them to because they weren't like bound to like human genetics. They can naturally have magenta, blue, I'm forgetting any other green. Like they can naturally have these hair colors, right? Kind of also a little bit sci-fi, but I don't know. I don't think that this technically is because at this moment they don't have any technology explaining, but they're also not um, very technologically heavy. They still have a lot of things to learn. It is only a few decades after they got heating and air, right? So I would not say like it's sci-fi because like they use magic for the most part. Um, like off for you, you can search one more Goodreads video, and then from here on out, it's only the challenge videos. Goodbye.